When we look back at the policy of the national government on matters education, about access, retention and transition, we are here to celebrate those partners who have today gathered our children here. That is the Bungoma County Child Network, Child Rights Network, the FAWE Kenya and USAID, and the other partners that participated in bringing these students here to gather, learn and be mentored on matters children's rights. Apart from the children's rights, as much as we talk about the children's rights, we are also emphasizing on the responsibility of the children as they are given their rights. If we give the rights without citing their responsibilities, it is null and void. We are aware that Bungoma County has been cited for having teen mothers on a rise. Today, together with the non-state actors and the county government and the national government, we have come together to put our hands together and see the best way out on how to mentor our children. Previously, last year, His Excellency the Governor Ken Lusaka, together with all the stakeholders, came together to see how best can we come together, enlighten the children, enlighten the community and the parents especially and other stakeholders to understand where the challenges are and how best we can solve these challenges. Therefore, as a county, we are on the right track of ensuring that the challenges experienced today are not going to incur in future. About access to education, we have given an environment sufficient to enable the children work without any interference. Previously, the border people were a menace, but today I can tell you without fear of contradiction that they have been put on board to be the champions of those ones who can be found violating the children's rights. Then they are part and parcel of the scouting for betterment of education in Bungoma. As a county government, we have the policy of bursary and scholarship to support children. But here we shall say that government will never have sufficient resources. Therefore, we are calling on parents to pick up their responsibility, support their children where they can, identify those ones facing challenges so that they can be facilitated through all the channels that are offering education. Those ones who cannot be able to join secondary school, go to university and middle-level colleges, we are encouraging that all people are never the same. We are in charge of vocational training education. We are calling upon those ones who are willing to get skills, hands-on skills, to come to our vocational training centers and learn the skills. The education there is very affordable. The county government is offering capitation to ensure that those ones joining the skills vocational training center are facilitated as such. We have embraced CBET, competence-based education and training. These are short courses offered at the will and timeliness of the person who would wish to get them. Therefore, I request that even those ones who are out of school, teen mothers, can still come, enroll and learn at their own timing as they wish, because our training model is flexible. You can come in the afternoon, can come in the morning, can go over the holiday, but at the end of the day you have a certificate sufficient to support you to be economically empowered. The Department of Culture and Social Services, County Government of Bungoma, together with the Department of Social Services, National Government, have come together with the Office of His Excellency the President through the Assistant Chiefs and the Chiefs and the Manyumba Kumi. They are going door to door to ensure that all children of school-going age are mopped out and taken to schools. Any parent found violating the issue of children joining school is supposed to be arrested. As we are talking, any assistant chief whose area is found out to be vulnerable in the sense that children are not attending school is supposed to be answerable. Therefore, to me, I know all things are in order. It is only a matter of time, but if any person identifies a child who is out of school, kindly enable us know about it. Also, we are very particular and critical about children living with a disability. We want all children living with a disability mopped out of their homes, taken to schools that depending with their abilities, so that they can be able to be given skills that will make them survive even when they do not have a caregiver.
As the theme goes, education for all African children, we are here to remind ourselves that it is our responsibilities as stakeholders, both state actors, non-state actors, the children themselves, their caregivers, to be able to play our part to ensure that all children of school-going age are in school, they're able to access education, they're able to complete their education and proceed to higher levels so that they can be able to get dignified skills so that they can be able to get employment in future. We know that for us to be able to support our children, we need the relevant policies and regulatory framework to be able to support in the implementation of various activities. So we are also pleading to the county government of Bungoma to ensure that we have the relevant policies, including the children policy, we have the pre-primary education policy, the school feeding policy, we also have the vocational training policy, vocational centers, so that we can be able to have all these structures that are needed for our children to be able to have education, and not just education, quality education. The Imarisha Msichana project, actually its focus and the main goal is to reduce the numbers of teenage pregnancy in 20 counties in Kenya, and also to support the re-entry of teen mothers back to school. So we want have various interventions targeting the girls or the children themselves, and in this project we are involving also the boys. We are having the male engagement forum with the boys because we believe that an empowered boy or an empowered man is able to support in empowering a girl child. And as much as we are having these high numbers in our county, we are also concerned as an organization as to the high dropout number of teenage mothers in the county. So at the moment we are having a campaign across the 20 counties to sensitize the community and the various actors on how we can be able to support the teen mothers to be able to go back to school.
What happened in 1976 in Soweto, South Africa, that children who had come up to resist the apartheid regime of imposing Afrikaner language as an official language of teaching in schools, the children in Soweto rose up and said, no, we cannot take this, and they demanded for quality education. So this day was taken up by the Organization of African Union way back in 1991, and it became an official day for agitating for quality education in Africa. And for the theme for our celebration this year in Kenya is that education for all African children, and the time is now. There is commitment to ensure that children in Kenya are accessing education to address the challenges to do with infrastructure, the challenges to do with the access in terms of sponsoring them in terms of bursaries and scholarships, access to do with a girl child, and access to sanitary towels and menstrual hygiene at large, and many other factors are being handled by the government to ensure that we do not leave behind any child from accessing education. So as a county, we have gathered here and we have enjoyed the time with the children, and you can see for yourselves that they can be able even to recognize the rights that they have. And that has come because of this important day. So we want to call upon all the stakeholders, including parents, to take their responsibilities and roles very seriously, because it cannot only be the government, parents and other stakeholders to take their responsibilities seriously to ensure that we support the education of our children. The right to education as guaranteed by the Constitution and the UNHCR is about access to education by all, including girls and boys. And as a country, we know that actually the talk and the efforts have been towards the girl child, who is now feels more empowered, and the boy child feels like he has been left behind. The gender ministry at the national level has come up with men engagement and inclusion as one of the thematic areas to address the rights to boys. So we as stakeholders, as partners and actors, we are also advancing the discussion by ensuring that we hold the hand of the boy child, because the challenge in education is a challenge across. So we must not leave behind the boy child. And now the discussion has reversed, that whatever that's going to be done to the girl child, that should also be done to the boy child, because they both have a right to quality education.
I'd just like to encourage the boys so that we can support our girls. Don't laugh at them. They are also humans. We are at a time where girls are given more time in education, and let us focus on that, and let us be proud of ourselves. All of us have the rights. It doesn't matter that the right to survival, that stands for all the boys and the girls. Right to access education, that stands for all the boys and the girls. So I think the Constitution is heading to, I think we are just going well. We are just going in the right direction.
To the government, I'll wish that they provide us all the facilities, most especially fees. Most of us, let's say, we are given yes chance to come to school, but because of lack of school fees, and for the girl child, lack of sanitary towels, it should be supplied to almost all the school, let me say all the school, for the girl child to get that confidence to come and read and learn with other people with comfort.
Leo ni siku ya leo. Sema na anieleze angependa kuwa nani akiwa mkubwa. Sajio, nipigie makofi. Wengi ni mademu. Wanaume mko wapi?